Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. Not long ago, ASML announced that it would withdraw from the Netherlands and seek the next place for long-term development. It is understood that ASML's withdrawal is mainly due to three reasons. One is that the relevant policies promulgated by the Netherlands will affect the development of ASML's future talent introduction, especially since more than 40% of their employees come from abroad. The second is the tripartite chip agreement between the United States and the Netherlands, which has seriously affected the development of ASML in the mainland market. The third reason is that there are relatively few housing facilities in the Netherlands, which does not meet ASML's need for more room for growth in the future. To this end, the Netherlands has specially set up a relevant team to retain ASML. However, there has been no further progress in this matter. Even the Dutch officials themselves do not know whether ASML can stay. However, just when ASML wanted to leave the Netherlands, the EU also began to take action. In the past, the Netherlands has repeatedly lobbied the EU to manage the United States' use of technology export controls to restrict ASML shipments, but the EU's attitude has been cold. It neither stated that it would follow the US's chip export controls, nor was it willing to help the Netherlands communicate with the US to request the withdrawal of the ban. This also makes it difficult for ASML to ship to the Chinese market on a large scale in the future. But what makes ASML even more unexpected is that the EU no longer intends to protect itself. Previously, International Semiconductor Industry Association issued a warning to the European Union, hoping that they would think twice before implementing more export controls and some investment bans, and give more consideration to the development of local companies in other markets. Benefit. However, what was unexpected was that the EU did not listen to such warnings, and instead took other actions. According to a report published by Bloomberg, the European Union is currently considering following the United States and launching an industry investigation to assess the dependence of European companies on chip imports from the Chinese market. If the results of the assessment show that chips produced in China pose supply risks to their supply chain, then they may take certain measures. According to outside sources, the EU may promulgate new regulations in April to formulate joint control measures with the United States. Once the EU implements export controls, the possibility of ASML shipments will decrease again, and China's domestic mature chip supply exports will also encounter some impact. It's just that the EU's current attitude is very strange. In addition to their previous indifference to this matter, the attitudes of Japan and South Korea have changed due to repeated lobbying by the United States. It is reported that the United States intends to let Japanese semiconductors and Korean semiconductors follow up on foreign restriction policies and expand the scope of previous export controls again. However, the two sides are indifferent to this and say that they should consider the impact of previous restrictions, instead of imposing additional restrictions at this time. Obviously, neither country wants to follow the current pace of the United States. After all, two major companies, including Korean Semiconductor, have a lot of production capacity in mainland factories, and SK Hynix has recently been increasing its capacity upgrades in the Chinese market. As for Japanese manufacturers, in the context of wanting to revitalize the competitiveness of local semiconductors, they also hope to ship a large number of products to mainland customers in order to gain stronger competitiveness. So, at this point, both countries were cool to further US lobbying. Now even the two countries no longer want to follow the restrictions, but the EU has jumped out to become a monster. The author speculates that this is probably because they are unable to resist the pressure exerted by the United States. In addition, it may be related to China's countermeasures. Previously, due to the Electric Vehicle Countervailing Investigation Act, China conducted relevant trade inspections on brandy exported by some European countries, and if the EU continues to do so, China may have to entering into a situation of trade checks and balances. Therefore, the EU may want to use this matter to bargain with China. Just as the United States starts lobbying again, they can take the opportunity to put all the responsibility on the United States. But, is the EU really unclear? Nowadays, the actions of the United States are not only impacting China, but also the global supply chain. The international semiconductor market will be divided. What will the EU rely on to develop its own local semiconductor industry? I hope the EU can wake up quickly and stop shooting itself in the foot. What do you think of this matter? Welcome to leave comments, like and share this.